Today, we are going to discuss something very close to human emotions, yet often misunderstood. Relationships are not only about love, they are about courage, choices, timing, and maturity. You see, sometimes a person may genuinely like you, may even silently admire you, but still chooses not to pursue you. And if you think it's because they don't care, it's not true. The reality is far deeper. Rejection is a storm that many hearts are afraid to face. Even when someone admires you, the thought of being turned down can feel like a sword to the soul. They would rather protect their heart in silence than risk exposing it to a painful no. This fear builds walls around feelings, and so they step back, not because you are not worth it, but because they doubt if they are worthy of you. Life is all about timing. Sometimes people meet the right person at the wrong time. They may be battling personal struggles, building a career, or recovering from past wounds. Pursuing you in that moment would feel unfair to themselves and to you, so they hold back, not out of disinterest, but out of respect for timing. You may shine so bright that they feel too small in your light. Deep inside they may question, am I enough for this person? And in that self-doubt they withdraw. Remember, sometimes love is not absent, courage is. A person may genuinely like you, but scars from the past can act as chains. If they have been betrayed, abandoned, or heartbroken before, they may fear history repeating itself. They hold back, protecting themselves from the possibility of reliving that old pain. This may surprise you. Sometimes they don't pursue because they respect you. They want to ensure that if they ever step toward you, it is with full seriousness, not half-hearted feelings. They don't want to play with your emotions, so they wait in silence because they value your dignity more than their own desire. Many times, love is not about possession, it is about sacrifice. Someone may genuinely like you but feel you deserve someone stronger, richer, wiser, or more stable. And so, with quiet pain, they step back, convincing themselves that letting go is the best gift they can give you. Finally, there is destiny. Some people believe that what is meant to be will always find its way. They hold on to faith rather than chasing desperately. If life wants two souls together, the path will open naturally, so they may step back, not because the feelings are absent, but because they trust destiny's plan. My dear friends, the lesson here is simple. If someone doesn't pursue you, don't always assume it's because they don't like you. Often, silence hides a storm of emotions. Sometimes, love is present, but fear, timing, pain, or destiny keeps it unspoken. So never judge your worth by someone else's hesitation. If you are loved, you are loved. If you are admired, you are admired. And if someone doesn't step forward, it does not reduce your value. Remember this, your worth is eternal and the right person will see it and pursue you without hesitation. My dear friends, let us talk about one of the greatest barriers of the human heart, fear of rejection. You see, it is not always the absence of love that keeps a person silent. Sometimes it is the weight of fear that locks the tongue and freezes the courage. A man or woman may look at you, admire you deeply, and even imagine a life with you, yet they stop themselves from taking even the smallest step forward. Why? Because the thought of rejection feels heavier than the possibility of acceptance. Rejection is not just a word, it is a wound. It shakes the confidence of the soul. For some, it is not merely the risk of a no, it is the echo of many no's they have already faced in life. No from parents when they wanted something, no from teachers when they had a dream, no from friends when they asked for help. Every no leaves a scar, so when the heart whispers, pursue them, the mind immediately warns, what if you fail again? And in that inner battle, silence wins. Fear of rejection does something dangerous. It creates an illusion. It makes the person believe that staying quiet is safer than trying. It convinces them that holding feelings inside is better than expressing them. But in truth, this silence is more painful than rejection itself. Because rejection is a moment, but regret is a lifetime, and yet, let us not judge too quickly. That man who doesn't confess, that woman who hides her emotions, they are not cowards. They are wounded warriors. They have loved, they have lost, and they are scared of being broken again. Their silence is not a lack of feeling, it is the depth of feeling. They fear that one wrong move could push away the very person they long to be with. My friends, rejection is a part of life. But here is the secret. Rejection is not the end, it is redirection. Every no leads you closer to the right yes. Every door closed opens the way to a better one. And so, the person who hides in fear must understand that courage does not guarantee acceptance, but fear always guarantees regret. So if you are the one holding back, let me remind you, don't let the fear of rejection silence the song of your heart. Because life is too short to wonder what if. And if you are the one being admired in silence, don't mistake hesitation for disinterest. Sometimes the love that fears to speak is the love that feels the deepest. My dear friends, one of the most heartbreaking truths of life is this. Sometimes you meet the right person at the wrong time. The heart feels the connection, the soul recognizes the bond, yet circumstances create a wall that love cannot climb, at least not yet. You see, timing is not just about the clock on the wall or the dates on a calendar. Timing is about readiness. It is about where a person stands in their life journey. A man may like you deeply, but is still struggling to build his career. A woman may admire you, but is still healing from the scars of a painful past. To step into a relationship while being unprepared is like building a house on shaky ground. It will not last. And so they hold back, not because their feelings are false, but because their timing is fragile. This truth can be painful to accept. We often believe that love alone should be enough to conquer everything. But let me tell you, love without timing is like a seed planted in the wrong season. It has the potential, but not the environment to grow. A relationship requires more than just feelings. It requires stability, peace of mind, emotional maturity, and the strength to commit fully. Without these, love becomes a burden instead of a blessing. Many people misunderstand when someone steps back. They think maybe he doesn't care, or maybe she never really loved me. But often, the reality is different. That person cares too much to offer you half of themselves. They respect you enough not to pull you into chaos. They love you enough to say, not now. And let me tell you something powerful. Delayed love is not denied love. Sometimes destiny makes two souls meet at the wrong time to prepare them for the right time. Life has a strange way of aligning things. What feels like a pause today may turn into a beautiful beginning tomorrow. So if you feel someone likes you but doesn't pursue you, don't always assume their silence is rejection. It may be reverence, it may be wisdom, it may be timing. And if you are the one holding back because of your circumstances, remember this, prepare yourself. Work on your dreams, heal your wounds, build your strength. Because when the right time finally arrives, love will not have to hide. It will have the foundation to flourish. My friends, always remember this. The wrong time does not mean the wrong person. It simply means life is still arranging the puzzle pieces, and when they fall into place, the picture will be beautiful. My dear friends, let us be honest, sometimes it is not the world that stops a person from pursuing someone they truly like. It is their own mind. It is self-doubt, that silent enemy within. Imagine this. Someone looks at you and feels admiration, respect, even love. But the very next moment, a voice whispers inside them, you're not enough. You don't deserve this person. They are out of your league. And before they even take a step forward, they have already convinced themselves to step back. Confidence is the bridge between admiration and action. Without it, feelings remain locked in the heart. A man may like you, but feel too ordinary compared to your brightness. A woman may admire you, but feel too flawed compared to your perfection. They measure themselves against you and come to the conclusion that they cannot win your heart. Not because you said so, but because they told themselves so. Self-doubt is cruel. It magnifies weaknesses and hides strengths. It makes a person forget everything they have achieved and focus only on what they lack. Instead of thinking, I could make them happy, They think, I will only disappoint them. Instead of saying, I can try, they say, I should not even dare, and in this silent war, love becomes a casualty. But let me remind you, my friends, confidence does not mean perfection. Confidence simply means courage. You don't need to be flawless to be worthy of love. You don't need to have everything figured out to take a step towards someone you admire. What matters is the sincerity of your heart, not the size of your bank account, not the perfection of your looks, not the medals hanging on your wall. So if someone doesn't pursue you because of self-doubt, do not assume they don't care. In reality, they care so much that they fear disappointing you. They believe you deserve better than what they can offer. That belief may be wrong, but it is sincere. And if you are the one struggling with self-doubt, let me speak directly to you. Stop underestimating yourself. Stop calling yourself unworthy. Love is not about being the richest, the smartest, or the most beautiful. Love is about being real. It is about standing with someone in honesty, loyalty, and commitment. Remember this: when you believe in your worth, others will believe in it too. My dear friends, confidence is not born overnight, but it grows every time you silence the voice of doubt and take a step forward. If you like someone, don't let fear of not being enough kill the possibility of happiness, because sometimes you are exactly what that person is looking for. You just don't know it yet. My dear friends, let us speak about something very real: the scars of the past. You see, a person may genuinely like you today. They may even dream of building a life with you. But if their heart is still bleeding from yesterday's wounds, those scars can hold them back. Pain leaves a memory, and memory builds walls. Perhaps they once gave their heart to someone who betrayed their trust. Perhaps they opened up fully, only to be left abandoned. Perhaps they loved with everything they had, but in return, they were hurt so deeply that even the thought of trying again feels unbearable. When such a soul meets someone new, someone they genuinely admire, they hesitate. Not because the feelings are absent, but because the fear of history repeating itself is stronger than the hope of a new beginning. This is why you may see someone who clearly likes you, yet they step back. It's not about you. It's about the ghost of the past still haunting them. Every smile reminds them of a smile that once betrayed them. Every promise whispers like a broken promise they once believed. And every hope feels fragile, like glass ready to shatter. But here lies the truth. The past is not a prison unless you choose to remain in it. Yes, wounds take time to heal. Yes, betrayal cuts deep. But life cannot be lived by always looking backward. Just as no one drives forward by staring only into the rear view mirror, no heart can move toward love while chained to the pain of yesterday. To those who hesitate because of old wounds, let me tell you, your scars are not signs of weakness. They are signs of survival. They prove that you went through the fire and came out alive. Don't let those scars scare you away from love. Let them remind you that you are stronger than the pain you endured. And to those who feel ignored because of someone's hesitation, remember, it is not rejection, it is healing. It is not that they don't value you, it is that they are still learning how to trust again. Sometimes the greatest act of love is patience, allowing someone the time and space to mend before they can step into something new. My friends, the past can be a teacher, but it should never be a jailer. You cannot erase the pain you have suffered, but you can choose not to let it control your future. The truth is, no one can love deeply without the risk of being hurt. But if you let fear stop you, you may miss the very love that was meant to heal you. So don't let the wounds of yesterday steal the joy of today. Open your heart even if it trembles, because sometimes the love you fear might be the very love that finally sets you free. My dear friends, in a world where many chase after temporary attractions and shallow desires, there are still people who value something greater: respect. And sometimes that respect is the very reason they don't pursue someone they genuinely like. Think about it. Love is powerful, but desire without discipline can be dangerous. There are people who feel a strong attraction toward you, but instead of rushing into your life with half-hearted intentions, they choose to step back. Why? Because they respect you too much to approach you without clarity, without commitment, without being fully ready. This may sound strange, but it's true. Sometimes silence is not weakness, it is responsibility. A man may say to himself, I cannot pursue her until I know I can honor her with loyalty. A woman may think, I cannot step into his life until I am sure I won't hurt him with my own confusion. That hesitation is not rejection, it is maturity. Respect means they see you not as an object of desire, but as a soul worthy of care. They want to ensure that if they ever walk toward you, they do so with pure intentions, not selfish ones. They don't want to play with your emotions, they don't want to give you false hope, and they don't want to make promises they cannot keep. This kind of respect is rare. Many people rush into relationships because of excitement, attraction, or even loneliness, only to cause pain when the feelings fade. But a person who genuinely respects you will never pursue you unless they are ready to stand by you. They know that love is not just about saying, I like you. It's about proving, with consistency, that your dignity matters to them more than their desire. And let me tell you, my friends, such people are not weak, they are strong. It takes courage to hold back when your heart wants to move forward. It takes discipline to wait until you are sure of your intentions. That is not hesitation, it is honor. So if someone does not pursue you, don't always think it's because you are not good enough. Sometimes it's because they believe you are too valuable to be approached lightly. And if you are the one holding back because of respect, let me tell you, you are doing the right thing. For love that is rushed burns out quickly, but love that is built on respect stands the test of time. Always remember, desire fades, but respect sustains. Attraction excites, but respect protects. And in the end, the relationships that last are not the ones built only on passion, but the ones rooted in deep respect for each other's dignity. My dear friends, there is a truth that many hearts quietly hold on to: faith in destiny. Sometimes a person may genuinely like you, admire you deeply, even dream of a future with you, but they still do not pursue you. And the reason is simple: they believe in the power of fate. You see, some people carry within them a strong conviction that what is meant for them will never pass them by. They do not chase desperately because they trust that if two souls are truly written for one another, life will find a way to bring them together. This is not passiveness, it is patience. It is surrendering control to a higher plan, believing that timing, circumstances, and destiny will align when the moment is right. Think about it, how many times have we forced things in life only to watch them fall apart? And how many times have we let life flow naturally, only to find that the right opportunities, the right people, and the right moments came to us without struggle? This is the essence of destiny. So when someone steps back and doesn't pursue you, don't always assume it's indifference. Sometimes it's faith, sometimes it's their belief that if you are truly the one meant for them, they won't need to force your presence in their life. They trust that the universe, or God, or life itself will make the connection happen in its own perfect way. Now, let me be clear, this doesn't mean they don't feel anything. In fact, it may mean they feel so much that they don't want to spoil it with impatience. They would rather wait for destiny than risk damaging something precious by rushing. They understand that real love is not about chasing, it is about aligning. And if you are the one who believes in destiny, let me remind you, waiting is not weakness, trusting the process is not foolishness. But also remember, destiny works with action. You cannot sit in silence forever and expect miracles to happen. Faith must be paired with courage. Believing in destiny does not mean doing nothing. It means doing your part and letting life do the rest. So, my friends, when someone does not pursue you because of destiny, honor their faith. They are not careless, they are careful. They are not lazy, they are trusting. They are not uninterested, they are deeply hopeful that what is meant to be will always find its way. And here is the final truth: love that is aligned with destiny is unshakable. Because when two souls meet at the right time in the right way, nothing in the world can keep them apart.